Yep. Oh my god. Let me hope we are alive and cooking and chilling. Let me hope you guys are alright. But it's been a minute without it's been a minute without actual cooking. I don't mean cooking like literal cooking, but yeah, without coding. So here's the thing, like that that new spark you get like when you're approaching a new month is always like, yo, this new month or this new year, um, I'm about to lock in. I'm about to be a better version of myself. Be it if it's like you're attending gym or you're doing anything that requires you to like lock in, there's always that spark, right, on the new month or the new year. But I don't wanna make it like about that spark or whatever. But I genuinely wanna lock in. I feel like I've been slacking off like crazy. If I can just like take you guys through a tour of how my YouTube channel has been, bruh. It has been like we've been on like a downward trend given like our previous success. If I can show you in like 7 days, I think the last 7 days were terrible. We only got 11 subscribers, which is not bad though. It's not bad. The 11 subscribers, I appreciate them. But at the end of the day, it's more like it's not about the subscribers thing. It's about like my consistency. As you can see, bro, haven't been that consistent at all. Like I just had this spirit where I'm just like, all right, bro. I think you got probably like done enough or whatever. But I just realized like that's just an excuse to not do work. You understand? So let me walk you guys through like I think we can go the last 90 days and I can show you guys like look in I think we can just go month by month, right? In August, right? I think August we didn't really have that much cloud. Yep, but although we didn't have anything, we at least tried, right? So if we go to like this is September, right? Look at September. I think August we had some good stuff though. Yep, August we had like 100 subs and 500 watch hours. That means we've been consistent. And October, I mean, hold on. September we had like 72. We went down, but also the watch time was good. October, that's where we try to get back up, but then again, like things are not going on like I wanted it to be. You understand? But currently, was we are in November now, and things are just going down and down and down. So if I put it back to like the last 28 days, you guys can see it's like, damn, you get it. We haven't been that like crazy, but at the same time, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. As you can see, we are at 1,051 subscribers in like I don't know 6 months or 7 months, which is good. It's interesting. I appreciate it. But at the same time, it's more like I just need more work. I need to put in more work so that we can get the numbers up and keep growing. You feel me? So I'm just gonna close this e-commerce thing down because I did it yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think 2 days ago. Yeah, but it was late, so I didn't really like put in that much work. I was tired. I tried to do a 4 hour stream, but I couldn't keep up with the 4 hours. Yo, was good, man. How are you doing, my G? Amir, how are you doing, my brother? Man, thanks for always pulling up, bro. Yeah, I was just doing some I was just like making some throwback to see what we've been doing. And for some reason, bro, like I always think about this is the kind of content that I'm interested in making. Like actually not don't get me wrong, I've been streaming for and I love streaming, right? But I love this kind of content, right? This developer content. Like for example, this one and also this dude. I also love coding like long hour stuff and live streaming it. And let me show you guys another dude that I love to watch is this guy called I think Luke made it. Yep, this dude and Marco, right? There are a few people that I watch and I literally enjoy that content. So I'm actually planning to make, I don't know, just figure out ways to make my content as interesting, as consumable as possible. But live streams are always gonna be part of the channel because I love to just sit down and chop it up with you guys and just have fun. But most times I'm always coding and I don't get to like express myself as much. That's why I'm like trying to like see. I want to plan with you guys and figure out like the best way to take the channel. You feel me? So yeah, this kind of content is interesting.
Things can get
As
messy.
you can see, like from the intro, you can like I just love this kind of content. It's almost like vlogs, right? Yeah, for this dude also like lifestyle while coding and talking about his startups and stuff like that. You get so things like this. I would love
It's
to. This guy
strange
is the
how
only programmer that like literally does like cinematic stuff. You understand? His
easy it
coding
is to lose
videos are
yourself doing
interesting.
something you
So
along the
that is the goal that I'm planning to target now going forward. At the same time, we shall also be sneaking in like live streams here and there. So that's my plan going forward. That's if in case I don't do regular live streams, you guys will realize that okay, this dude is locked in at the same time on the channel. So that's what I'll be doing. Mm. How you been, man, Amir? How's everything, bro? Yeah. So of recent I've been like doing kind of APIs and backend APIs and all that stuff. We haven't really like touched anything on the front end, right? I wonder if you guys are interested in seeing that because I'm teaching myself Java, but at the same time, for my projects to be outstanding, I need a front end for them. So I don't know if you guys would love to also see me like cook up a whole front end and then we hook it up with the APIs that we've been working on. Like for example, the to do apps. I think we can just create a simple to do thing real quick. Think it will make sense, right? Because next we can just create a simple Next.js app right now because I want to like keep the ball rolling with this consistency. Today is the first day of the month, so that urge like, yo, I gotta grind. You always get it at the beginning of every month. So that's the thing that just hit me. I'm like, okay, bro, I just gotta keep going. I have projects that I haven't finished yet. I have a lot. I have Filthy Store, I have Daddy Bucket, I have other microservices. I have a lot going on, bro. What do you use for styling? Tailwind. Yeah, Tailwind. I use Tailwind, yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's just try to hook up a small to do app. Or I don't know if you'll be interested, or we can. I don't know. I think we can start with the to do app and then hook it up with the backend APIs from our backend and see how it goes. Yeah, with the APIs we created using Spring Boot. So I'm just gonna say Spring Boot. I think I can just say to do front end, right? To do front end. I can just call it to do front end. Okay, and I'm still using your stuff, by the way, my brother Amir. I'm still using your you see that? It's super cool. I haven't touched this code editor in a minute. Alright, so here I'm just gonna now I'm gonna open this terminal. Let me hope I haven't forgotten that. So I'm gonna use Barnex create next up at latest and see what to do. What's going on? Naming restrictions. Okay, I'm just gonna say cd back. I'm gonna just make directory, and I'm just gonna call it front end. Okay, cd front end, and then one x create at latest. Let's see. Yes, recommended defaults. Okay. Well, how about you? What do you use for styling? 'Cause Tailwind is literally like the king of all that styling stuff. I feel like Tailwind is the best for styling. What do you think? Because a lot of people use third party stuff like all technologies that I don't like. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's created. Good. What's going on with this? Yeah, Tailwind is too good. Alright, so we've created that. We can just go cd frontend and then try to just run it bundle. Let's see. Okay, yep, we have that. And we need to just go inside the up page.tsx, go ahead and rfce. Okay, I need to just call this home. Oh my god, hope I haven't forgotten. Okay, haven't forgotten really. So I'm just gonna call this to do up, and I'm just gonna give this class flex item center justify center, not around, justify center or JC. How do I get that? Okay, justify center, and main height screen. Just want to put it to the screen. Okay, let me close this, and let's see how it looks. Okay, that is cool. So for the background, I'll probably give it I just need this to be a box, so I'm just gonna put this just like that, and probably create a new div. Inside this div, I think we can just give it how do I call it, an input field, right? You can just give it an input field and button, and we can just give it a label. All right, now for here, I think the input field here can just be add to do or add task. We can just call it add to do. All right, inside this little box, let's just go ahead and give it something like height. Let's give it I think width, and give it something like 100 or 96. Let's give it 96. Width, height should just be 96 as well, something like a box. And then we can just give it border, probably we'll give it border red, let's give it 300. All right, let's see how it looks so far. So that's cool. What's that? Add to do. Okay, so I need to make this flex flex column, and then items, I think it's okay, flex column, yep, and we can just give them a space space y 5 or 6, something like that. Okay, what did I just do? Okay, space y something like 4 or 2. Let's just give it 4. See how it looks. Okay, that is cool. That is cool. Now we can just edit everything that's inside here as well. We can just give it something like margin to the top, or padding throughout the entire up 6. See how it looks. All right, this is how I want it to be, right? I'm just gonna keep it as simple can get. So let's see, here let's just round it a little bit, round it LG. All right, so we can have something like that. We have an input. I don't think we need a label really, because yeah, we don't need a label. Let's just keep it as easy as that. We have an input which is text. Okay, we need a gap between the two, so here we can also give them gap of 4, hopefully. Wait, why is there no gap? Okay, I think it works with flex, and then we can give it gap 4, something like that. Let's see. Okay, oh my god, this is terrible. What am I doing? This is terrible, bro. Hold on. Let's see. I kind of forgot how to style. Am I? Hold on. Flex gap 4. How should I do it, dog? I need the gap to be between the button and this. So that means I need to remove this flex and this gap thing from here, and we can just give it space x or 4 probably. Yep, let's see. Okay, cool, that is okay. I will change that into a button class. I'm just gonna give this bg red. I think 500 is okay. 500. This one can be amber, right? Or amber. Amber 500, something like that. Okay, and we can just give it padding of 2. See how it looks. Okay, let's give it rounded. LG. Okay, that is cool. Except I cannot see anything that's here, right? So how are we gonna do that? I think we need to give it a background, this entire thing. Let's give it a background. This box, let's say it has background of gray, something like from 200 or 300. Okay, let's see how it looks. Okay, so still I can't see this for some reason. I can't see that, so let's just give this background 500, and let's remove this border. Actually, I'll remove this border. Okay, boys, this is some crappy UI. Okay, don't worry about it. We want to focus on the back end. This is a crappy UI, dog, that I've just put together. You know, at least I think it gets the job done, right? I'm so terrible when it comes to UI. Okay, let's see. Wait, I need this stuff to just appear like this. So what I'm gonna do, right? Let me just keep this as like let me keep this as white, just like that. And nah, this is gonna bomb your eyes, boys. Okay. How can I do this? This input field. What can I do to this input field? Right, I think I can create a little padding inside the input. I don't know, I have no idea. Can I just edit the input field like this? Oh, I think I can, right? Padding, let's just try to give it padding of like 2. See how it looks. Oh yeah, it can work. That's cool. So I'm gonna give it 1 padding of a half. No, half doesn't work, so I think 1 is okay. Yep, padding 1 is cool. And I can remove that ring. Oh, I think it's focus, right? I think it's outline none. I think outline, I need to remove it. Okay, no, I need the outline, really. I just need to change the outline, but let's say focus. Oh, I think it's ring, right? Ring, let's give it ring red 500. Okay, is it okay like that? Nope. God damn, I have no idea what I'm looking for. Actually, I think I'm looking for border, right? Border, no, what did I say? Border, outline. Yeah, outline. I'm looking for outline. I'm just gonna give it outline color of red 500. Alright, that should do it. That should do it for what we are looking for, my boys. Yep, this is what I'm looking for actually, and I'm just gonna give it a little rounded. So rounded LG, and this outline shouldn't be red. Actually, should be amber. Okay, something like that. Good. I think that is what I was looking for. Now I just need to figure out how to add this. Hold on, let me, where's the button? This is the button. I think for it to fill the entire length, right, I should say full, width full. So yep, that is cool. And then I can just give this one a display flex item center, justify center, and let's see, items. I think Item center or item start? No, justify start. I think that should do it. Hold on, which one is I think it's item start. Yep. This is what I was looking for actually, my boys. But what's this though? Why does it look ugly like that? Okay, this is exactly what I was looking for. This is the UI that was in my mind. You get? So I'm just gonna give this little class text. I'm just gonna give this 6 or 4XL, something like that. All right. So the next thing will be, this is gonna take the inputs, right? Like we can type in the to do that we need. Then when we click this, it should be cursor button. Let's come here, cursor, pointer. So once we just click this, then we can display our tasks here, right? That's what I need to do. So let me see how we can do that really. I think we can just right below this div, we can create a new div which is going to take h1 or maybe paragraph, whatever. I think we should just call it paragraphs, and this will be the first task, right? Let's say task or to do, whatever, right? I'm just gonna call it to do 1, and I can just create like 3 of these ones. This is just placeholder for now, so they are down here, but I want them to be within this container, so I need to figure out how to do that. See how it appears. Okay, so these justify center and start. I need to also copy this entire flex and then create a new div, then give it this class name, paste this there, and then just move in this button and this input, then just move it inside there. Probably that's gonna do it for us, and then we can finally just put this as a justify flex. You can say flex column. Okay, I think that should do it. For some reason this is not cool. I don't know why. Space Y should be 4. Let's see how it appears. All right, this seems to be good, but it has destroyed our entire what we're looking for, right? So Tailwind looks like a puzzle. I'm telling you, right? Just arranging things alone, you have to do a bunch of stuff. Let's say 4. Okay, that's cool. That is cool. What else? I wanted this length. Where is it? Okay, this is it. Okay, let me use space. Wait, let me ask you, bro, which one do you use as your styling? You use Tailwind as well, right? It's kind of confusing though. Okay, now this part we need to deal with this stuff. Let me just remove item center and see how it looks like. Okay, it hasn't changed a thing. So let me also take this off to see how it looks like. Okay, for some reason, let me try to refresh this. Does it refresh? Why are we not refreshing, bro? Hold on, is our app still running, bro? I'm just curious. It is, right? Let me kill it and then rerun it. Bandel. Okay. That should do it. Now I have one problem, right? Why did this goddamn stuff here? Why did they just the entire thing? Why did it drop just below? So that means the entire container here, right? Let me try to put justify start. Let me see. Okay, that is what we are looking for actually. Justify start right there, and then here, items center. Okay. Now item center here is gonna push these items to the center, but I don't want the items to be at the center. They should be by default start, right? Okay, so this is the UI I'm looking for. I need to create some gaps between these to dos, so I'm just gonna come here, class name, I'm just gonna give them space y or something like 4, see what happens. All right, that is okay. And lastly, where is this gap? Okay, this is for this. Well, this is for this. Let's make it 6. Okay, so that's cool now. I like this entire UI. In React Native, we use style sheet, which is similar to CSS. Okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful, my brother. So we have this, and for the to-dos, I need to text. I need to just make this something like, I think XL is good. XL is cool, or maybe XL. Okay, XL is good, and I can just make this font semi bold. All right, so that's cool now. I like this UI. We can, like, whatever we type now, and then once we click add, it should appear here. Tailwind is not React Native, but there's a library called Native Win. Yes, I know. I know Native Win. I had it too. You know, there's a time I was planning to start using React Native, but what turned me off is the fact that it is just a wrapper, right? It's not native, like the name says, React Native. And to make it worse is that, let's say you build your app with React Native, and Apple, like the way they just surprise people with like the glass UI thing, it's hard to get that exact native functionality that you can map one to one. So you have to look for at least workaround, right? Which is like a layer on top of a layer and then on top of a layer to get at least close to like native operations, which is like, why can't you just build the native way, you know? But it's cool because then you get to like one code base you can build for different platforms. Yeah, but I don't know, bro. Like, let's say you're building your application, you're just dependent on like the maintainers of React Native. If anything goes wrong, it's like, bro, your application will never be up to date, you know. So that's the only point. I would rather just go and use either Objective C, Swift UI, or maybe Kotlin. I don't know. I'm just saying, bro. But yeah, React Native is also cool because it's almost like React if you're coming from the front end. So yeah, I guess that's just my opinion, my brother. Okay, let's see. The rapper's called Expo. Yeah. I know Expo, and that is the one that's recommended actually. If you want to build React apps, you need to use Expo because then it makes it easier. It can give you like everything you need. React Native CLI enables you to access all the native components. Oh, for real? That's cool. That's cool. Let me see. We have a little to do. I don't know how we're gonna hook this up with anything. I'm still thinking because how we're gonna do it. We need to get the input right from the user. That means we need to keep track of the changes that happen in the input. That's like we need to use use state, right? We need to use use state, or maybe we can give this a name. We can give this input a name, and then we keep track of the changes that happen there. And every time we click this add to do, we just hit our database, our backend, and then it will perform the operation that we need. And also here we need to also create a little button that has like a trash icon that can allow us to delete. Also, what else? I don't know, or maybe we can just have X and then call it a delete button, right? I think rather than downloading a completely different stuff. I don't know. I'm thinking we should just install that React icons thing. So let me just say React icon. Oh, not GitHub. Oh God. React icons. Okay, something like that. Damn. React icons. Yes, there are two different tools. X was built on top of React Native. Which one is good though? Which one is good? Let me install this with npm with bun. Let's just open a new one. Bun add. Okay, icons. Ooh, okay. So how do we? I think we need to import the icons. So the icon that we are looking for, it's so we need to create a div, right? Let me remove this, and we can just come here and put this a load div and put this entire thing inside it, and then call I think the icon we are looking for, trash icon. Okay, trash icon. Okay, I think that is it. Let's go back. Okay, we have that. Cool. Give it a low. You can use Lucid Chat for icons. Okay. Is it not Lucid React or something? Oh, I'm mistaken. I think it's similar, something like that. Let me just give this a background or text color. I think it's text. We can give it amber, or maybe this time orange or red, since we want to use it for deleting. 500, something like that. Let's see. Okay, that red is kind of too dark. Let's give it 300. Okay, that should look kind of good. I think 400 would look better. Okay, 400 is cool. Now rather than duplicating this like 9-10 times and stuff, let me see, I'm going to leave this gap here. Matter of fact, I'm going to delete this entire thing, so we don't really need it. Which one is it? This? Okay, let me see. Yep, our stuff is still there. Now the last one, I think I'll be changing this color. I mean text. I can give it just XL like before, and then font semi bold. Alright, we can have it like this, and then we can just make this flex items. I think this will just be justified between, so that they can go side to side, and then yep, that is okay. Except if I just need padding X from left and right to like B4, so we can have something like that. But that is 4 is way too much. I think 3 is okay. Nah, 4 is good. Okay. For total control, access to native SDKs, flexibility, and use of third-party stuff, React Native CLI is better. Expo is just for prototyping or faster development, but lately they're developing it more. Oh wait, React Native CLI, like, what does it help you with? What does React Native CLI help you with? Huh? Standing. Okay. I'm saying, what does like the CLI help you with? Is it not like the same as Expo or better? Because then Expo is like, which one gives you more control? Is it the native CLI or just the Expo? Which one gives you more control? XXL. Okay. Then castle pointer. All right. I think this simple stuff should be enough, right? I think this should be enough. Now I can just, like, how do I call it? I can just map through whatever that's coming from the data from the backend, and then just map it through here, right? replace this text with the text, and then the icons can just be the icon. Let me see what else. So we can now type in things and then keep track of that. So let me just go to the input and give it a name. I'm just gonna call this to do something like that, and then here, I don't know, cons, we can just have I think what we can call it name, set name, or what, use state. Don't tell me I forgot. The initial state should be empty, right? Do we really need use state for that? Why does it feel like I forgot everything about the front end? Oh my god. Let me not be that awful, bruh. Just give me a second. Let me just look through my previous code. Go to the front end. People confuse Expo with React Native CLI. Big difference. CLI gives full native control, no wrapper limitations. You can link any native module, tweak, thread, or Xcode directly and build like a true native dev. Expo is great for quick prototypes. CLI is where real power and flexibility lies. Yeah, you're very right on that. And a lot of people just they swear by that the Expo is better because then they get to build. I'm telling you, people are building using Expo at large scale. So what do you think about that, my brother? Like large scale production ready code, production ready applications. Okay, let's see. What do you think about that, brother? So let's see, what am I even doing? Okay, this is the form upload. This is the beats card, login form. What else? What am I even looking for, bruh? Bruh, what am I looking for? Is there anything? Oh god, hold on. Let me see what I'm looking for exactly. It's mostly Expo, for real. That is the thing, bro. It's like it's my first time actually hearing the CLI from you right now. Can't even lie, bro. I just had the CLI thing right now, just as you said it. Okay. So selected beat, set selected beat, and so the beat props. Oh, React Native CLI on YouTube for real. And have you learned it? Are you that good at it, or you just starting to use it now? Part of me is getting confused by my own code, bruh. My own code that I wrote, bruh. Part of me is getting confused right now. Hold on. What? What in the hell? Okay, this is a card. Nah, this is gonna confuse my entire thing. I'm trying to see how I can keep changes. Let me just do a quick Google search because I don't wanna confuse myself. Like 5 months ago, I purchased full course on Coursera. Okay, how's it going so far? How to delete? How to use how to use forms and React or Next.js. Let's see, bro. So I'm kind of getting confused right now. Let's look at the form component. So we have input Name is query. This is submit type. Okay. The next thing is, wait. So if I use something called form, that's something that comes with Next.js directly, right? God. Form handling. Alright, let's see, bro. Close this. Okay, export home cons form is equals to this. Use server if needed. You can. What the hell is that? Yeah, how is Coursera though? How is Coursera? How much? How much is the cost? Is it like $20 or 30 or 10 or whatever? And do you learn better using courses or without courses? Because for me, I get bored so fast, bro. I can't even lie to you. All right, so this is how we keep track of that. We get the state, we get the form action pending. Input name is this, and then you give in the styles. I can't believe I forgot how to use forms, bro. Can you guys just believe that? I'm just seeing like, okay, things that don't make sense to me. The form text area. Okay, let's see. Action is submit. So we can just use the action as the button, right? Button submit. So let's see. Name, content, right here, whatever. Use action state. Oh, is that a new state for the form? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Using form data, right? You can say form data.name, form data.get, form data.this, and then okay. Yeah, this is the form. This is kind of confusing. All right, let me just say this is my code, right? Let me make it easier. Go to a big dog. Okay, it's my front-end code. How do I hook up my REST API with CRUD operations that I already created using SpringBoot? I'm currently using Next.js for content and SpringBoot for the backend. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Now you're ready to bridge the gap. Okay, make sure via API access or whatever. Okay, backend SpringBoot endpoints calls must be enabled in SpringBoot. Your frontend can access this from different ports. You must allow the frontend to talk to the backend. So this is what we're gonna have at cross origin. Then origins will be the frontend. Okay, inside the controller. That makes sense. So we're just gonna have this. At the start, I started with courses to see how things are done, but once I know how to set up the project, once I know that, I become an independent learner. Oh, yes. That's the best part to do it for real. For me, I just like to go hardcore, just teach it myself full time. But I also I would love to also like explore courses to see Udemy courses are pretty cheap. Oh yeah, so Coursera is more expensive. Okay, that's cool. I'll look into that for real. I'll look into that, and I think that's an investment I have to put forward if I really want to take my life seriously. Because I feel like YouTube videos, I get bored super fast. Like I don't know if I just have some mental issue or whatever. I like, bro, I cannot stay for like a second on that stuff. The moment I just hear them rambling, I'm out of there. Yeah, so I think I'll look into courses for real because I really want to get in-depth knowledge. I also have books on Spring Boot. but I haven't even read anything like that. I've been slacking off. For Coursera, the university has given us license to access for free. Whoa. Bro, what kind of university is that, bro? How much are you paying for fees, dog? Or are you there studying? Are you on a scholarship? Are you on a scholarship that side? I probably think, cause bro, like your university seems like it's crazy, dog. I'm already invested now. Global using config, being nah. This is way too much, bro. I don't want to do all this. I just wanna do this for the front end. All right. Call your Spring Boot REST API from Next.js. Now this is how we're gonna do it. Await response, fetch this, and then method is post, headers, content type, application JSON, body JSON.stringify, text to do text, whatever. If that's okay, throw in an error. If that's not okay, get all to dos. This is creating a need to do. We create it like this, and get all to dos. We get it like this, fetch all to dos. So we say http this, and then if this, throw that, and then to do whatever, hook it up to your Next.js component. This is what we're gonna have. To do, set to dos, and then we start with an empty array. That's cool because you know, yo, 3K per year. It's not bad though, because mine is like 1K. So back in Egypt, I was studying for 3K, but bro, Egypt was like insane, bro. The kind of pressure that side, bro, is insane. The biggest return on investment, bro, for real. I'm telling you, bro. But I think university email, they don't just give. I mean, like it's not every university that is recognized like that, I guess, right? Okay, const to do, set to do, start with an empty array, new to do, set new to do, then initial state should be an empty string, then use effect fetch to do's. Oh yeah, we pass in the fetch to do inside the use effect, and the dependency array should be empty array, and fetch to do's is gonna be the same. Hit up this, and then go ahead, const data is equals to await response.json, and set to do's to yeah, not every university. Yeah, you're right, because I don't know, bro, we don't even have a university email like that. So crappy university now. It's good though, like they teach well, everything is good, but they don't, I don't know if they don't like, but we just don't have things outside the university like that. um Set to do's to data. Okay, passing the data. What is it? Response is this, await this. Okay, data is await response of JSON. Okay, change, convert this response to JSON, and then pass in that data to be inside the to do set to do's, which is that. Okay, so rather than it being an empty array, now it becomes the actual data that you get. Then will be the fetch to do's, and async handle at if the we don't have new to do, and trim it, then return, right? If we don't have a new to do dot trim, then return that. Then await fetch http this if the method is post, content type application JSON, stringify, text need to do. Then this kind of it's like, this is complex, right? This is okay, but it's like kind of just stressing me out. Deleting to do, okay, I don't have that. I don't have the delete to do for now. So let's see, name value is new to do, on change, like I said, new to do the target dot value. That's what I was looking for. And then yep, I think that is it. From there we just handle add here, add to do there, and then we can have to do dot mob to do any. Then we get to do dot id flex, just okay, that's okay. Here is to do dot text. What is text though? Which one is the text? I have no idea. Okay, let me ask, can we use Axios? But bro, why would I need to download a whole new stuff just for like some simple application like that? Okay, let's see how we're gonna do it. So for the front end, we need to create a new function called add to do. So we need to create a whole new function called add to do and another one called fetch to do's, and that's what we're gonna do, right? They're all here. So create these functions and then we pass in this. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's go back to our front end code, and this is where we're gonna keep track of. We're gonna keep track of to-dos and set to-dos. Then is equals to use state. Then it's going to start as an empty array, and also what is called inside a function. Okay, I'm just gonna call this homepage. All right, and we're gonna have cons. So how is your stuff that side, like the competition that side? Because I think every university like has competition, right? Like people that want to be cracked computer engineers. All right, then what else? We're gonna keep track of like the new to do. That is the to do that we are going to create, right? Then we can just set new to do. All right, let's do just that. And this one, by default, the new to do should start as an empty string. All right, now we need to just create this. We call this use effect, and then inside this use effect we can have a callback function, and then here we can just pass in a dependency, empty dependency array, right? And here we can just call the create to do, right? We can call it create to do, or this is going to be fetch to do's. So we can create this function called fetch to do's. Can call that. Cannot did you mean set to do's? No, we have to go ahead and create this function. Are we gonna call it as a standalone function? Yep, standalone function. Then we can just create that asynchronous function. All right, that is just gonna be it. Now here we can create an asynchronous function. Async. We can just create a normal function first. Cons. We can have function fetch to do's is equals to, let's just create a simple arrow just like that, and change this into an asynchronous function. What's go cannot access before it's declared. What? Oh, we need to create it up. Okay, cool. Yep, I think that is okay now. Here we can just go ahead and create it. Say cons response is equals to await. What are we awaiting? You can just say fetch. Yep, await fetch, and we are fetching from a URL. If you can see, we have a URL and whatever that's going to be there. So you can have HTTP localhost, can have that. I think for our backend is going to be 8080. That is for the SpringBoot one. /API/to-dos, I guess. I think this is going to be the URL. Then we can have this content type, which is the body, right? I don't think we need to pass in the content type from here. We don't have to pass in the content type. Content type comes in when we want to create a new to do. Okay, so that is okay. Things are not bad. Yes, there's competition, but universities mostly focus on so much attention to like say because companies come for placements from this branch more than non-CSE. What is CSE? What is that? What are those acronyms you're using, dog? I have no idea completely. I think from here we have to just change this to data and then we await JSON. Okay. Yeah, front end. I haven't really forgotten my front end like that. I still recall it. So let me look at the to do API that I created. No, I don't wanna use this to do like this one. There's a lot going on with that. Let me just call this API. Okay. I think this one should make more sense. Yep, this one should make more sense. Let it just download the things that it needs to download. All right, indexing, bro. What is it indexing? That, come on, calm down, bro. You're doing too much now. Okay, I think that is. Okay, I think that's cool. We need to let's look at the controller, to do controller. Okay, so this is what we have now. So far we have a get mapping. We're getting a to do by ID. Here we are getting all to dos. Let me just bring this down. Here we're returning all to dos as a list, and I don't know why we have auto wired here. I don't think we need auto wired really. Okay. We're talking about studying. It's pretty good. I'm always last minute guy when it comes to studying. A cup of coffee and one night is enough to cover up the syllabus and get it. What the fuck? Yo, computer science engineering. Okay. Have you gotten any placement yet? Like internship yet, or you just grinding like just like us as well, trying to get a job? Okay, so have you gotten a job yet? Let me just change this to API slash. Oh, should I just create the API from scratch, like the to do thing from scratch? I think let me just create it from scratch, right? Just to save time. I don't think we need a description for it though. I really don't think we need a description. Let me see. The description, we're gonna keep it optional because from the way I see my code, from the way I see what we are trying to do, this is port 8080. Let me not mistake that. And then here we can just say const data is equals to response await response dot JSON, right? We just convert this into a JSON format, and I think even from SpringBoot it comes as JSON, but it is what it is. Let's say now set to dos, set all the to dos now to the data that we got, and that should do it. What's going on here? Calling says synchronously we can trigger render synchronize between this is a system manually done whatever. What's really going on? What's going on here? Asynchronous. That's why we had to pass in this stuff just below this. Oh, it's still not gonna affect anything. We are cooked. I'm cooked, bruh. Cause what the hell is this? Effects are intended to synchronize state between React and external systems such as manually updating the DOM, state management libraries, or other platform APIs. In general, the body of an effect should do one or both of the following: update external systems with the latest state from the React, or subscribe for updates. And that's what we're doing, right? Is there anything again that I'm doing wrong? I think here, right, with the data, with the to-dos thing, I need to just map through this, right? These two, I need to wrap this inside a map, and then just call this say to-dos dot map, and then pick out one to do, and then say this to do is equals to this, whatever we create there, which is going to be to do dot something. I have no idea what I'm doing here, but what are we returning? I'm a student. I'm on student visa. There's much restriction here. It's not like the US or Europe. I'm not allowed to sit for placement or do any kind of business. Whoa, what? Bro, why, bruh? Why, bruh? How are you even sustaining yourself? How about freelancing? Are you allowed to like freelance or completely no business, bruh? Cause damn, I wouldn't want to be there, dog. Like unless your parents are supporting you like crazy. Cause damn, that's not good, bruh. But policies are policies, though. Let me see how we are handling that. We are mapping. I kind of forgot my stuff. I swear to God. Okay, we open this to do as any. They will pass in inside the div, and finally we can take in the ID. To do ID, then we can get this stuff. We get the dot text. Okay, this is to do dot whatever that we get from the backend, and then this will be like the description, right? So we're gonna have like a drop down, but the description is gonna be optional for now. So let me just let me see. Let me just take this back. Okay, I'm just gonna wrap it like this. So I'm just gonna keep it like this, and it's gonna have to do's. Not to do like that. To do's dot map, and you can just map a to do. To do, we keep that to do, and then we can have this where we just pass in this entire div. Got this, pass it in here. If we do this, we need to return, right? But if I remove this, that means I don't have to return. Yep, if I just do this, I don't have to return. To do is defined but it's never used. Okay, we can just come here and say instead of this to do, instead of that, we can have something like to do dot whatever. Let's just say text. It's missing a key. We can just come here and say key. We say to do dot id, whatever we have there, and then whatever. I think this, we're not gonna do anything with this. If there's description, we can keep it like that as well. If any was good, my brother, how you doing, bro? IK2 code. Oh, my boy. IK was good. Yo, how's life, bro? How's life? That's my boy IK, bro. Is that your new channel? Is that your new channel? That's cool, bro. That's cool. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna build the API real quick, the backend code, and then we shall just hook it up with this entire thing. Now I need to give this a name because to do with the text. Okay. Yes, no, bro. We're grinding as usual. Oh, you opened a new channel. That's interesting. Oh, did you just change the name of your previous channel? That's my dog, bro. If any was good, brother, how you been, bro? How far with coding, man? Because I see you got a new computer, man. My boy got a new computer. He doesn't know how to act now. There's a new one. Okay, that's cool. I think you should start streaming using that channel, dog. You feel me? Start streaming using that channel, bro. Like every single day you coding. As you can see, bro, it's a new month, you know? So there's always that new drive, like, yo, I gotta go crazy. And I actually want this stream to like end before the new day so that we can have like every single day stream. You feel me? And I'll start like doing streams early. Oh my god, what am I doing? Not late like I just did. Like maybe after I get back from school. You even started coding on stream. Wow, super proud of you, bro. Don't ask again, bro. I don't want to know that. Some business. Okay, you can do freelancing, but again, the bank account is monitored. For example, if I receive more than 5 transactions a day, my account will be frozen immediately because they might think you're doing some business. Damn. What's that even? What's that logic, bruh? I don't get it. Like, I understand, like, countries can have, like, funny stuff, right? But damn, bruh. Damn. Backend to do API. Okay, I'm just gonna do like, bro, that's, oh my god, that's sad, bruh. At the same time, you getting knowledge, right? You paying them $3,000 a year. Why they don't want you to make money, dog? You know that? But yeah, we're not gonna get into like political stuff right now. You feel me? So we just gotta leave it at that. Okay, let's see. We have the Spring Web. We need the JPA as well. What else? What else do we need? We need Lombok, obviously. I cannot code without Lombok now. What else? After that, we need Compose. We need Compose. And bro, IK, when did you start streaming, bro? Today? Did you stream today? I'm gonna check your video out. I'm gonna check your video out, bro. Let me see your shy ass. Okay, Spring Web, JPA, Lombok, Compose, and Postgres. Oh, fire, fire, fire. That's the thing, bro. IK2 code, huh? What's that 2 standing in your name, bro? What's that 2 for? Okay. So I think we have our front end running. We're only waiting for, you know what I'm going to do? Let me just do this. Let me cancel this code for a minute. Let me also cancel this. And then I can leave what we have so far, right? Just like this. Yep, something like that. Let me just pull that out. Okay, something like that. Oh, well, what are these? Okay, I can just do this and mute this entire one, remove this entire stuff, and remove this. Okay, you just have to do one or to do two, like we had, so that I can see what we are doing, right? So we have that. If we type here, we need to be able, it was IK to code, but you just have to be creative. Oh, okay. I see, my brother. I see where you're going with that, bro. It's late. Okay, I'm just gonna go into my previous code so I can just grab the things that I need. For example, let me just go ahead and grab the compose. I don't know why I don't like to just repeat myself, bro. It's so boring repeating yourself. Okay, that compose, and then finally we're just gonna go to the attributes, main, resources, and then the properties. Okay, let's go to the e-commerce thing. We'll go to the properties. Okay, not all of them, just this, and close it off, and then tap this. Okay, yeah, that should be good. That should be good. I think if I go ahead now and run docker yes, okay, the docker thing is down. Say docker. Yep, I'm gonna check your channel out after the stream, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, what's this? I need to take this down because delete forever. Ugh. Yo, I checked out SpringBoot, but IntelliJ Ultimate is better, bro. I'm telling you, man. Docker, what's going on here? What is going on? Okay. You checked out SpringBoot? Don't you better not get scared, bro, because at first things will seem very hard and complicated, but they are not that complex. IK to code. I watched your live stream on authentication, bro. Looks like another G from South Sudan. Yeah. He's he's also from South Sudan, bro. Hey, IK. This dude Amir Philip is also from South Sudan. He's in India right now. What's going on here, bruh? Why can't type? Why can't I type, bruh? Oh, what's going on with this shit, bruh? It's pissing me off right now. Bro, I can't type, bro. IK, you made, hold on. IK made a video on authentication? I didn't see that. Okay. Thanks for checking it out, man. Okay. Docker PS. Okay, we don't have any container running. Docker compose up in detach mode. Okay, that's cool. Mac doesn't have drivers, bruh. That's crazy work, right? Because Mac doesn't use drivers like Windows. It's crazy. It's just the dongle that I'm using is the one that's tripping, bruh. Yeah, Mac doesn't use drivers, bruh. Just do your do your homework on that. Mac is just super stupid, bruh. It has a lot of issues. Like right now, I just fixed it's just the dongle that I'm using that is super weak for some reason. You know, because I told you I'm using I think it even turned off my webcam if I'm not mistaken. It's just so annoying, bro. Like sometimes you just have to do what you gotta do. That's why I want to upgrade my computer, bro. Alright, so that's cool. I think they're good now. So what else? What else? We have our database. Okay, now I just need to create. You should have Windows beside Mac, bro. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do that anytime soon. I like Mac, bro. That's funny. But you're right though. You're right for sure. Just gonna create entity entities. I think it should be entities, right? Yep. And then inside entities, I can just go ahead and create to do. Okay. We have that, and then here I need to create a DTO. So I need to keep it clean. Bro, why does it have this like this? Why does it appear like that, bro? Oh my god. So inside domain we have entities, right? Let me just do it like this. Let me remove this dot entities. Okay, I think like this is okay. We have domain. Let me just remove domain, and then yep, now inside here we can have the DTO itself. It's going to be a record. You can have to do DTO. Alright, something like that. Now here we can just have a low controller. You know what's funny, bro? I like to keep my stuff like I'm now addicted to this MVC services. Okay, here we could have implementation, but we're just gonna keep it like that. So we have services, controllers, and finally repositories. Okay, then we can have here to do controller. This should just be a Java interface to do repository. By the way, it's a good way to keep your code clean. Yes, sir. You know what's up, my dog. I think we were told that stuff though. We were told that stuff of recent, right? The previous module, the solid stuff. You see where we're applying them. So how is it detecting all input devices? I think it's using something called IO bus, something like that. I'll show you. Just in a second. This is a class. We're gonna have this as to do service. To to do service. It's using some. We are applying them here. Yeah, my dog. So wait, what did you make on authentication, bro? You use JWT stuff? That stuff is not easy, dog. It's not at all. Okay, for the to do, I'm just gonna keep it easy. So I'm gonna just give it a private entity, private string. Just gonna give it a name. I'm only gonna use a name just, and I'm gonna call this entity, and I'm just gonna give it data from Lombok, and I'm gonna give it not all arguments, no arguments constructor. And lastly, I'm just gonna give it a table, and inside this table I'm just gonna change the name to this. That's what I'm gonna do inside here, to this. Okay. Here I can just give the ID, and oh my god, add generated, no, not generated like that, generated value. So we can have a strategy. The strategy generated type should not be auto, should be identity. Okay, but the identity it has, but it is within the operating system, not like the way Windows. Yeah, for sure. That's why it's hard to like find Mac struggling with other stuff like this of IO input output stuff, and it's always like very optimized for speed and a lot of stuff. Like basically, if you're doing things that's related to like the IO thing, Mac just beats Windows on that. But Windows has like flexibility, quality to it, where it's like you can upgrade, do whatever you want to do. But Mac is very opinionated, or opinion, whatever. It has opinions that you have to follow. Okay, that is they are called external extensions. Okay, you did your research, huh? I barely pay attention to those things for real. I'm planning to use UUID as the ID, so I'm just gonna change this to UUID, and I can just have private UUID as the ID, or I can just call it to do ID, something like that, and that should be it. I'm just gonna have the ID and the name. The created ad, updated ad, whatever, I can just leave them out, right? So I'm just gonna have created ad, private. I don't think we need to keep track of the time it was created. I just want to keep this as simple can get. Yep. So, but just for like good measures, let me just add it private local date time, and I'm just gonna call this created ad. Created ad date, not created date, created ad thing. Let me just give this some column names in the table. I don't think we need to make it that complex, bro. Fuck all that. Just gonna keep it like this. All right, now we can get into the DTO. We're just gonna go here and say string. We're gonna pick the name, and that is it. I think we only need the name from here, and the ID as well. The ID. So UUID to do ID. Okay, so those are the two entities I need from this, and we can go to the controller straight. Change this to address controller, then here change this to request mapping, and this is where we're gonna say API slash to-dos, or we can just start with slash API slash to-dos, something like that. And here I think we have cross origin, and what are we gonna call here? We need the front end to be HTTP localhost. We're gonna be taking things coming from 3000. That is it. Finally, here we can just have private to do service, to do service as to do service, and then we can go ahead and change this service. Let's click this. We change this into a bean service. Okay, and we can have private I to do repository should be to do repository. Then we'll go ahead and create the repository. Is there, then we say extends JPA repository. Then here we can just put in the type, which is the UUID. The type is to do first and then UUID as the ID. Okay, finally we have that. Now we can just create a constructor for this. Let's go ahead and create a constructor, generate constructor. Okay, that is cool. Also inside the controller, the same thing. Go ahead and generate constructor. We have that. Finally, inside the controller, let's get the get post mapping. Get and the post mapping. So we start with the get mapping. Public, we take in a response entity. Yep, response entity, which takes in the to do the way it is, and then it returns get all to do's. Get all to do's. And from here we can just say return. We need to say return to do service dot get all to do's. Yep, so this is for us to get all to do's, right? This is the method to get all to do's. We go inside the service, create that public response entity. It takes in the to do, and then we pass in this the way we have that, and then you say return to do repository dot find all. We are not sorting anything for now. We just want to get all to do. So what's going on here? We provided a list. What's going on? Required type response entity to do provided list. When did I provide a list? What's really going on here, bruh? Is there anything I'm doing wrong? Let me see in the controller. Okay, this is fine. We are passing in the response entity to get all to do's. And what's this? To do get all to do's. To do repository dot find all. Oh, and we need to stream this, right? Dot map stream map, and then we can pass in the to do as what? Let me see. Get all to do's. Oh yeah, sure. I'm not supposed to use this here, response entity here. Oh my god, I need to use a list here. Then we can say final. My bad, bro, my bad. Okay, here we could use a list, or we could use a response. How do I call it? We could say to do. If there's to do, then go ahead and do it. Otherwise, return an empty. But let's just keep it simple like that. So that means we are going to pass this as a list instead of a response entity. All right. What's here? This is going to be final. All right. Let me see here as well. This is also going to be final. Okay. Next thing, we just gonna make sure we run this, or we can just create the to do as well. So let's say post mapping. Then we just create to do now. Public, we're gonna say response entity, not response controller, response entity. We're gonna take in the to do, and then here we're just gonna say create to do or add to do. I think it's good to just call it add to do or create to do. I think add to do would make more sense. Okay, add to do, and here we're going to take the request body. request body, and we're gonna pass in the to do DTO, and all this is DTO. Then let's go here, return to do service, not to do service dot get to do, or add to do, I think it's here, yeah, add to do. Pass in this, and we're gonna pass in the DTO. Now we go and create the service. Gonna have public response entity, then we're gonna pass in to do, and then here is gonna be add to do. It's just gonna be almost the same thing, right? Let's just go to the controller and copy this entire thing. I think we can just copy this entire stuff. Copy inside the service, remove this, paste this here, and then we can have this. Now here, this is where we're going to have, we have to create a new to do, call it to do to be saved, or we can have this as to do is equals to, we need to create a new instance of this to do. We don't have to affect. Now this is where we are following that rule of like, we don't affect the I think it's what open close principle, where like a class is open for modification, I mean open for extension and closed for modification. So yeah, we can call this to do dot get ID, right? Set ID, to do ID, and then we get the to do DTO dot to do ID, and then the same applies to the name. So to do dot set name, then we pass the to do DTO dot name, and then finally we just say return response entity. Not response entity right there, let me see, not response entity, we return to do dot this. We can say create, right? We save it inside save, not save all, save, and then we pass in that entity, which is the to do entity, and then we just get this entire thing, cut this, and then say response entity dot body dot okay dot body, and then we pass in this, so we just save it. I think that is okay. Now we have that in place, and here we are good to go. So I think we've created that. Now lastly, what do we need to add finally? I think that's okay. So we can now go ahead and test our backend to see if it's working properly. Go ahead and run it. Let's see, Lombok enable processing. Alright, so as you can see, our entities are created and our backend is running on port 8080. So we can go ahead and test it right now. Let me open Postman. Oh my god, what am I doing? Okay, let's first test it with Postman, then we can test it with our front-end code. What's going on here? Let me remove this, close all. Okay, so this is to do. That means if I come here and say get all to do's, the base URL is 8080, and I added v1 there. I don't think we needed v1 really. I don't think we needed v1, bruh. But let me just go add it just for safety measures, right? So let me close this. Let me just add v1, which is versioning, just so that it can match with what we have there. Okay, that is cool. Now let's go back here. Let's now test get all to do's. We should hopefully get an empty array, which means we are on the right track, right? Next we need to go ahead and create a to do, which is here we don't need this really, so just gonna keep it as name the way it is, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and send this to do. Let's see if it will create it. Cool, so created that is null. Huh. All right, I know why I created that is null. I know why I created that is null. Okay, let me go ahead and delete this. Yes, see, here we are fetching everything without like excluding certain things, which is okay. There's no problem with it for now. But let me see. Let's go to do entity. I just need to like annotate this with creation timestamp. Okay, that is now going to make the entire thing work. But for now, I'm just gonna say docker compose down v so that it can delete everything, and then now we can say docker compose up in detached mode. Alright, that is cool. We can now go ahead and run this one more time, see if it's going to work. Okay, let's go here to Postman and let's say get all to-dos. Yep, we have an empty array, and if we go ahead and create to do, we should get, boom, we have the to-do ID, we have the name, and we have the created at timestamp. Makes sense, right? I think it makes sense. Now the last thing we need to do now is go ahead and test it with the front end, right? Let me see. Let me first go ahead and now get all to do's. Let's see. Okay, we are getting that. So let's go ahead and test it with the front end now. We need to be able to delete as well. So let me just let me get the delete thing working real quick before we can test it with the front end. All right, let me go to the to-do service here, and I'm just gonna say at delete mapping. Then we can say get public. Here we're gonna take the response entity, and we're gonna pass in the to-do, and we're gonna say delete to-do. Then we're gonna pass in the request body, not the request body, we just need only the path variable, and then we take the UUID, which is the ID, and it's gonna be to-do ID. Then we just return to-do service dot delete to-do, right? Delete to-do, and then we pass in the to-do ID. That is gonna be it. And inside here we need to be able to get the to-do ID from the request body, from the request parameters, which is the path variable to-do ID. All right, now let's go ahead and create this inside the service. Now that's going to be the last part with the backend. Then we can just go ahead and create focus on the front end. So public, we're going to say response entity is going to take in the to-do, and that is going to be delete. And then inside here we're going to say add path variable, and then we're gonna see the UUID to do ID as well. And here we're going to first look inside the repository to do repository dot find by ID. First find by ID and look for that ID, which is the to do ID, and if you find it, then go ahead and map that response entity into that, or else do something else. Okay, so I'm just gonna call this to do, and we're going to map two things. So we're gonna say to do repository dot gonna say to do repository, go ahead and delete this by ID, delete by ID. So we need to delete a specific to do, which is gonna be with this to do ID. After that, go ahead and return a response entity, dot okay dot body. Then you pass in the to do. If that is okay, if that is not okay, then go and throw, or else throw response entity dot not found dot build, and then that is it. I think we have created that. Yep, as you can see, the deleting thing is working. Now we need to go ahead and test the deleting thing if it works. then we can go to our front end finally. All right, that is cool. Now let me go ahead and fetch all to-dos this time. It's okay. I need to just get this UUID thing, copy this, and then I'll go inside the delete to-do, and I need to just pass in this UUID from here as the ID. Pass in this and delete. So as you can see, we have deleted that, and if I go ahead and get all to-dos, we should get an empty array. That is good. So we have getting all to-dos working, creating working, deleting working. We don't care about updating right now. Okay, if you want us to add the updating, no, we can add it. All right, but for now I just want us to do this, right? We just add to do and then delete to do. If you want us to update, we can add a new update button. So that's gonna be it, I think, if I'm not mistaken. All right, that's a little bit of some coding. I think just to be sure, it's okay to just go ahead and finish the entire CRUD operations, right? So that we don't have to even like worry about it. We can have like a fully functioning to do backend, right? Let's say this is going to be put mapping. All right, also put mapping. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this. That's the way I love to code, bro. Like I just want to make sure everything works right before I can just go to the next thing. Response entity, we go ahead and take in the to do, and this time we're just gonna call this update to do, and it's just gonna take the path variable, the same thing as this, right? It's gonna take everything which is similar to this path variable, and we're just gonna give it a comma, and then just add in the request body, and then pass in the to do DTO, not the to do, but to do DTO as to do DTO, and then we can just update that. And from there we say return response, to do service dot just update to do, just like what we created, update to do. And here we can just pass in the to do ID and the to do DTO, these two, and then finally we can go and create this service. Okay, yo, hello baby girl. Yeah, I'm literally coding on stream right now. What's up? You about to sleep? I'm gonna call you when I get done. Alright, bro. Let's see. Path variable to do UUID. Let me hope I did not disorganize anything. You wrote to do ID instead of to DTO. Where? Which side? It's gonna, like, for the updating, we need to update. We need to get the specific ID, right? The specific to do ID. Then now we can get the we can get the request body. Where's the request body? Then we pass in the to do DTO. Oh, you mean here instead of to do DTO? To do DTO. Wait, which side? You mean here? Oh, thank you, my brother. Okay, I'll see it. Thanks. So here now we need to return the repository, to do repository dot find by ID. Then we pass in that ID, to do ID dot map. We need to map. What are we mapping? We're mapping the to do, and then let me just open it like this. Okay, we are mapping that, and then finally, since we are updating, right, we need to keep track of the to do itself. So see how we're gonna do it. We're gonna map it like this. Here the first one will have new to do DTO, or new to do. Which one are we gonna keep track of? I need to do DTO, and then inside here we can have to do dot set name, and then to do DTO dot name, right? Because we don't want to edit anything else, right? We have only this. What's going on here? We provided a string. Required is UUID, and we provided a string where to do. Okay, so once we find this ID, go ahead and update it, right? And what's going on here again? Oh, hold on. To do, let me see. No, that's not gonna work. We have a problem. We have a problem, bruh. I swear to God. We have a serious issue. Hold on. Let me see the request body. What are we bringing? We are bringing in the to-do DTO. So we have the to-do here. We are passing in the to-do ID. We are looking first to check if we have that ID, that is specific to-do. If that is true, then go ahead. Okay. This is where the problem is lying. Wait. Just here. Okay. Yep. Right here, we are just supposed to create new to-do DTO, and then here we can have to do dot set name, and then we can take the to do DTO dot name. Okay, then that is okay, and then from there we can say or else. What's going on here again? Unexpected token. Okay, this is the one, the problem. Let me see. What's the issue, bro? Why am I having issues? Why am I having issues, dog? So after mapping, we go ahead and create a new entity, which is this to do Omo. Chicken said Omo. Just wait. I'll figure it out. It's something that is this lambda is some issue with this lambda that I'm creating. So let me first understand it, right? We have a new to do DTO, then we're setting this to this, right? But first, I think we need to first wait, just let me leave that there, and then let me say response. Yeah, let me say return response entity dot okay dot not response entity, but rather return response to do repository dot save, and then we save in that to do. We save in that to do DTO. Wow. Wait, oh, we already have the to do DTO here. So that means we have to create a new to do instead, not a new to do DTO again. God damn. Then we can just put this inside here. Yep. Now, let me see. It's okay now, right? Let me see what. Oh my God. Chigi, you said Omo. Okay, hold on. Let me get my thoughts together. Okay? Let's first check for that exact to do. So return to do repository dot find by ID. Then we pass in the to do ID, right? After that, we map this function into the new to do, like that. And then finally we check first. Yep, this is the thing. This is the stuff we're missing. Then first we say new to do, right? Create new to do DTO, and then pass in here, say to do, not to do ID. Here pass in the to do dot set name, and then to do DTO dot name. Okay, so that is cool. And finally, we need to now return the to do repository dot save, We are not returning yet, so we're gonna say to do repository dot save, and then we pass in that entity, which is the to do DTO, the new entity that we created. Not the to do DTO again, passing the new to do. Okay, and let's see what's going on here. Yep, and then now this is where we have to take this entire entity and then wrap it inside the return response. Okay, yep, return response entity dot okay dot body, and then pass in this, and then close this. Oh god, what again, bruh? Jiggy, I'm stressed here, bruh. What again is this? Oh god. Okay, let me see. Let me try to remove this and put this in there. There's an unexpected token. I don't know where that error is coming from. Something is not right here, within here, right? After this, everything should be okay. Oh, because we have to like we also have to put the ID thing, right? So this is the thing, to do ID as well. Okay, to do dot set ID dot to do DTO dot ID, to do ID. That's why it's tripping, bro. You get, and then we can finally return response dot entity dot okay dot body, and then we can pass in the to do repository dot save, then we pass in that to do, and we'll close this off. What's going on here again, dog? Okay, this is supposed to be optional. Yep, close here dot or else return response entity dot okay dot not found dot build, and close it off. All right, that is okay. What else again are we missing out on? Okay, bro, what the hell is going on, bro? It's almost like I'm facing error after error, dog. This is now annoying me. Unexpected token. If a value is present, return an optional, describing it as well, hold on. I think this is from here. Okay. Chicken said over. Wait. Oh god. Nah. Let me just check my code. Right? Hold on, new window. So this is annoying me, bro. I hate that. I always face that in the updating. I swear to God. Let me first look at this. Is the update, right? Dot map. Okay, product name. I don't have to create a new one again. Oh God, that's the only problem, bruh. That is the only fucking problem. Can you believe that? Jeez. Okay. All right. That is the only problem. So let me close this from here. Okay, we are creating a whole new stuff rather than just creating it straight. That's why we're having issues. Remove this. Okay, just like this entity, then we can create this. We can have to do dot set name, and then the DTO to the name, right? That is it. And then here we can just say dot or else return response entity dot not dot build, and that is it. Now here we need to have to do repository dot save, then we save the to do, save the to do, and then we finally return response entity dot okay dot body, and inside that body we just pass in this. I hate these errors, man. Okay, so yeah, that is it. No more issues, bro. I don't know why I had just that problem, bro. Damn, so annoying. Jiggy is saying hello. Jiggy, you're funny as hell, bro. Okay, I think it's done now. Let's just go ahead and try it. See, the controller is okay for the updating part. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's try it with Postman. Let's go to get all to dos one more time. Let's see. Okay, we don't have anything. Create to do, send that. Get all to dos. We're gonna get that. And let's say I want to update the name. It's part of the learning process, but it puts your brain to think. For real, man. You know, I tried, and I couldn't figure out why. Okay. We are updating the name. Let's say I want to update it to that Java is better, and the parameter inside the params should not be ID, it should be to do ID. I don't know if it should be ID. I have no idea, but it's just person. Let's go to the ID, grab the ID, and then go to this update, change this, and we are changing the name from coding to Java is fun. Let's see. Okay, so Java is better. Yeah, Java is better. And if I go ahead and get it, I will now get Java is better. So that is the entire backend API, which is crazy. We had issues and we fixed them. Interesting. So I'm going to now go ahead and it's running. Let's go ahead and try it on the front end now. Getting it with the front end is literally like a challenge for now, right? Because let's first try it. Let's uncomment this out. It starts off as an empty array. Can I find the state, to dos, and new to dos? Set this that. Okay, this is gonna be the last part though, so that we can go and do other stuff. I think I should just install Axios, bro, because this is kind of annoying, you know. Fetch all to dos, doing it here like this. Const fetch all to dos. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this. Use Axios for real, bro. Let me just use Axios. This is so annoying. All right, let's see. This is our backend. It's coming from v1 / to-dos. This is kind of okay, you know. Set getting all to-dos and set this to to-dos, and then here we can have to do ID. I don't know how it's coming, but let's see. Dot to do ID. To do dot to do ID. To do ID, something like that. And then this is gonna be to do dot name. That's what I want. And finally, I don't know how we're going to do it, but yeah, set new to dos to that, and I need to handle change now. So say const handle change. Oh my god, I can't type, man. Is equals to what else? Okay, now here, this is where we're going to say set. First of all, right, for the front end code, bro, I don't want to stress for real, bro. I'm just gonna install Axios. Not gonna lie, bro. Let me just go ahead and get this. Say bun add Axios. I don't know if Axios is a develop. No, it's not a development thing. So we just need to do that. Okay, and then What next? Let me just tell ChatGPT we are using now Axios. I'm using Axios. So let's add just the code accordingly. And another thing is the data that is coming from the backend is like this, right? We have to include that as well, just like here in the interface, right? Can have interface, and then we can just call it to do types is equals to this. No, like this. Okay, to do types, and then I think the to do is coming as a string. Okay, name is gonna be a string, and the ID is UUID. I don't know how we can put that in place. I think the ID is gonna come as a string as well. To do ID is gonna come as string as well, because that's the way the front end reads it. Then that is gonna be the types that we're gonna need. So I'm just gonna keep it like this. And I'm using UUID on my Java to do entity. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass in also, I'm going to send the to do DTO and the to do entity to ChatGPT so that it can make me understand how we can put them all together. I've really taken long, like, without getting to the back end. That's why I'm having issues now, but it's all good. I think once and twice like this, we're good to go. Okay, your CRUD endpoints. So this is what we have. A string is okay. Here's a refined version. So this is what we're gonna do. We get the set to dos. Okay, it can start as a to do array or an empty array, right? Array of to dos. Oh, it can start as that, and then we can have API URL is this. Okay, fetch all to dos. You can have async fetch all to dos, and then can have a try catch. The first part gets the API URL. Okay, axios.get, pick it from the URL and then set it to this response.data, and then catch if there's an error. Then add to do, we're going to have if there's no true to do and you trim it, return. And then post. Okay, this is for creating the to do, right? We take the name as the new to do, and we pass in the URL, then the body we take in the new to do, and then set to do to this. Okay, the previous, destructure the previous, and then all right. I think I understand this code though. I really don't think I need to write this from scratch, bro. I'm just gonna copy this and then just go ahead and just dump it here. With time, and this is the best way I can like tell you guys to code, right? Is make sure like with time you can understand what you're doing, right? What's going to avoid calling a directory from within an effect. Okay, with time you will always be reading code, so it's always good to pick the code that you need and then just read it later without stressing yourself. So I'm just gonna copy this. Let me see, we have this error. And I'm just gonna get this little part here that is saying avoid using this within a use effect. Okay, passing that. Excellent. Showing this because we immediately, okay, you see that code was spaghetti code, bro. So simply inline this, we're gonna have use effect this. So here's my controller. Let's pass in the controller. I just want to save time, actually. I don't want us to waste time on the front end part. Here is my controller. Let's use it accordingly. Get me a clean front end code. The front end code that I can review and go through later to understand and also don't change my design, just add the edit edit icon. Okay, let's see. Perfect. That is okay. So this is the production ready. AI can just use anything, right? Wait, what is this? Editing dot to do ID? What's that? What's this, bro? What's editing dot to do ID? Oh my god. Editing to do, set editing to do. Uh, is this how it's supposed to do, or is supposed to take it like this in the URL and then add okay, then make sure it takes in the to do okay. Let's see how it did it, right? This is the era of AI, my brothers. Don't be scared to use AI in your coding stuff. We still have the issue with calling fetch to do's here. Error calling this. Can we, let's try to see how we can solve that. Oh my god. So I hate the way AI is calling this stuff here. Stop calling that. Just don't use it if we don't need it. Let's see, bro. It shouldn't just call it, bro. You get, we are doing too much inside the use effect. Yeah, so there's no point of promise dot resolve dot then user microtasks delay state under after the. I'm not satisfied with the way this is doing here, bro. Can we use Axios instead? I'm using Axios, please. Axios, please. So let's use Axios dot post and get and put and delete. Damn, bro. I hate the way AI can just be going crazy like this, like adding its own BS. Yes. Hey, hold on. Why do we need this though? Why do we need the use effect? Like, do we really need the use? This is the front end thing that I hate, right? Because wait, oh, we don't have any issue anymore. Okay. I'll read this code after the stream. I'm not gonna waste my time doing it now. You get, I don't have any affiliation with the front end. So I'm just gonna say burn dev. So long as it works. Yeah, I'm gonna try it out. You get, this is just like a simple stuff, you know, and later I'll come, like even tomorrow when I wake up, I'll make sure I understand it very well. So yeah, right now I'm not stressing my brain. I just want to see if it works and it accepts my backend. That's all. Let's refresh. Yeah, Java. Yo. Did you just see that, IK? This is what we created, literally. We can even update it like this. Hold on. Coding. Coding is good. Is good. I feel good, bro. Nah. I feel good seeing this, bro. I can't even lie to you. I feel good seeing this. Okay. Coding is good. That's a task. Let's say sleep. I'm gonna delete this task, right? And I'm gonna say sleep. I'm gonna say wake up. The first task is wake up. Eat. Sleep. Eat. Code. Sleep. Repeat. Okay, that is it. So we actually have our entire application ready. If I go back right now to Postman and I say, hey, go ahead and get me all the things in our application, you see we have like five. Get all to dos. We have five. So tomorrow I can come back and we can do like a pagination on it. We can, there's a lot we can do. So I'm glad our entire application is running, and the remaining part is for me to just understand how this entire thing came about. I understand how it's using this get. I'm not understanding how it's using all that. So the rest I'll just do it on my own. So thank you guys for watching, bro. Hey man, Chiggy, bro. I promise, bro. Once you start your stream, just let me know. I'm gonna be watching you, my G. It's all good, man. I think I'm just gonna sleep right now. What's the time? Let me see. So, yep. We've been streaming for 2 hours, which is cool, bro. 2 hours of grinding non-stop. So, see you guys tomorrow, boys. Let's go.